Hello friends, this is my YouTube channel IT Blue. You can watch it for a strongly foundation of information technology and promises you to give you conceptual knowledge in computer. Keep watching for latest videos. Time to time I will come with the latest video in computer. Thank you.
Previous two part of cyber safety we have learned about password and its protection. Now in this third part under the cyber safety we are going to learn internet privacy. So let's start. Internet privacy refers to the privacy of users and their data on the internet. As simple, it is mnemonic words, that is confidential data which is related with the users which they are giving on the internet on the different platform. It is must to be maintained the privacy. If your password is revealed or compromised, privacy of the user can get breached as the hacker will get access to your account and data. So under the privacy, passwords should be secure and safe, never be compromised. If any platform will reveal it or compromise with that, on that time that is totally illegal and breach as a hackers can access their data by accessing the password. Okay, the risk of internet privacy are described below. Which type of how many type of risk are related with the internet privacy? There are as follows. First one is the pharming. What is pharming? Pharming is an internet hacking activity used to redirect a legitimate website visitor to a different IP address. Sometimes you have seen that whenever you are opening a web page, then before opening of that web page, another page will be open. Suppose you want to open a abc.com, right? And whenever you are giving the website address on the address bar of the browser, and after that you are pressing enter key, definitely abc.com will be open. But sometimes, or when abc.com will not open and another page will be open, then that type of things is called pharming. They will redirect it to the another page, and after that accessing or after that using or after that closing of that web page or website, you will come back to the abc.com. Normally it happens whenever you are downloading some file, audio or video file. Whenever you are clicking on download, then another page will be open and they are asking about different messages or offers are there. You will access it or close it. After the closing, you will come back to the download and again click on download, then your downloading will start. This type of things is called pharming. Next is phishing. Phishing is a type of internet fraud that aims to trick people into revealing their sensitive information like their credit card numbers, password. It may be conducted through forget emails or websites that claim and appear to be sent by well-known organizations. Phishing are a type of fraudulent message which comes to your mobile through the SMS or comes to your email address through the emails. They are giving you the offer and asking about some details, very personal details, and after that they are accessing those vital information, sensitive information, important information. They are trying to be hack your password, and after that they will crack it and get the misuse with that. right? And that thing has been done by the professionals. Okay. Next thing is that spyware. It is a software that gathers data about the user, usually by tracking their internet behavior, and send it to another party without the user's consent. As named as spyware. That is making the spy of your entire device. How they will install? They will attack to your computer system without knowing you or your mobile by giving the spyware link in that file, and by that, whenever that has that file you have that application or that file you have saved in your system or mobile, they are start spying your device, right? Whenever you will connect with the internet, the person who have send the spyware, whenever they want to access your information, then all the data will be sent it to that server automatically, right? Whenever you will use the internet, without using internet it is not possible, right? So they are using for the getting vital information and send it to the another party, that is the party which have sent to your device or computer. Next one is the malware. It is a malicious software that infiltrates and harms a computer without the user consent through Trojan virus and spyware. A spyware is another harmful software, harmful program which can harm, destroy, or get your vital information without knowing you, without your consent. Example: Trojan virus and spyware. Trojan is a type of virus which can destroy your computer, and spyware is that which can access your information without your consent or your knowledge. Internet privacy violation risk can be reduced by the following points given below. You can reduce the risk of the violation of internet privacy. Certain rules are there under the privacy. You can reduce them. But it is difficult to say that to entirely stop them, the internet privacy violation. First one, always use preventive software applications such as antivirus, anti-malware, anti-spam, anti-firewall. You will use the preventive measurement to save or be safe with that harmful things. You will use preventive application software like antivirus. Nowadays the antivirus, anti-malware, anti-spam firewalls are inbuilt with the operating system. Rest these comes with the antivirus total security, right? Which can scan your computer system, which can scan and stop any kind of malware, any kind of spam, unnecessary message they can stop. All these things are available in that. You can use it. Avoid shopping on unreliable websites. So many offers you have seen on the Facebook, and your friends are sending the message regarding the free recharges or like that. That is not the reliable things. Be careful. Reliable things are those. Normally, whenever you are making the transaction with the financial, international code of internet privacy are said that the website started with HTTPS are more safer or safe than the HTTP, right? So avoid unreliable websites for shopping. Avoid entering personal data on websites with low security. People are unaware about that, what is high security and what is low securities on the websites, right? the 3 channels are there, 3 channel security systems are there. That is login password, transaction password, OTP. 3 channels are there. So nowadays the securities are high nowadays, but you will try to avoid to entering your personal information on the any website or any social networking. Clear the browser's cache and browsing history on a regular basis. Regularly you should clear the cache and browsing history on the mobile and on the computer. Browser's cache are temporary file, and browsing history, whatever the websites or web pages you have opened, the history will be saved in the browser. So you should clear regularly. Always use very strong password consisting of letters, numbers and special characters. As I said in the previous part of the cyber safety video, you should use the strong password which consists of alphabet, numbers, special character, etc. Next, confidentiality of information. Information should be confidential whenever you are using the internet. So confidentiality of information means that information should stay confidential, very confidential, safe and secure. Information should be available only to authorized people. The sites which are maintained and run by the organization, any one institution, organization or government, that is run with the authorized people. This is done by restricting access of information. They can restrict the access of unauthorized access of the information by the different peoples. Only the authorized person can view the information. Authorized person can view, they can maintain or they can manage. That is authorized by the institution, organization or the government. This prevents sensitive information from reaching the outside world. By this way, these type of sensitive information, these way the people can be make more confidentiality or confidential of your information. For example, while banking, online data encryption and decryption is used to ensure confidentiality of information. Whenever you are using the banking transaction or making the banking work on the internet, data will be encrypted and decrypted. Encrypted means coded word and decoded word. Coding and decoding will be there, so no one can get that confidential information. So that's why whenever the users are giving the password, that has been gone in the coded, means bulleted form, star form, means no one can see that in coded form, and then after it will be decoded by the server, right? Next is to limit access of information, two-factor authentication, user ID and password. Limited access of the information will be there, and mostly two factors are there, which is used on the cyber world, ID and password. Next one is the cyber stalking. Cyber stalking is the act of threatening, harassing, embarrassing, teasing or abusing a person through email, social media, chat room, instant messaging or any other online media. Cyber stalking is a type of a crime by which people can make threatening, harassing, embarrassing, making frustration, teasing, abusing a person through the email, social site, chatting, WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter, etc. Many platforms are there. It is also referred to as internet stalking. It is also called as internet stalking, also called e-stalking, and also called online stalking, right? Means by any way you can instruct the mentality of the people. You can obstruct them. Too frequently they can use their mind. That type of things is called cyber stacking with the help of internet if you are doing. Cyber stacking can be verbal or emotional and is usually repeated over time. Cyber stalking definitely it is done on the platform of internet. Either they will verbally, video, emotionally, and they are using repeatedly on regular basis. It can be in the form of gossips, rumors, leaving someone out, speaking means words, giving threats means gossiping, unnecessary talking, rumors, ruthless, baseless talking, avoiding someone, speaking unparliamentary language, giving threats, and false accusation, hacking into online account, identity theft. That's it for today for this third part of cyber safety.
Thank you. Thanks for watching my videos. And if you will like this video, please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon. Thank you. Thank you very much.